Alright, chapter 12. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Kamila, not the minister's daughter. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. I told Lean what I had found out about the kidnap, and it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted. That the kidnappers holed up in Camilla's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Kamila! Why do they have Kamila? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for, but it looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. Poor little girl, kidnapped for ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. Then there are those other twists too, like the kidnappers winding up and using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just a coincidence. And them sensing my presence, they seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I just want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Ah! How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please, if you don't believe what we say, see for yourself. Just call home and... I've tried calling 100 times. My wife won't answer. She won't. It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out by tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make if it's not my daughter? I mean, he's not wrong there. Woo-wee! That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Yep, that's him. Miss me, baby? Inspector Kamila. Yeah, you just sashay on forward. Golly. As much crap as I give for that, I still actually like the guy. His characters, it's just all of this just reminds me a lot of Phoenix Wright in its own way. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Oh, hi. Detective Jowd! Detective Jowd, I'm sorry I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Bean, please, don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. Trick time! You knew, didn't you, Inspector Kamila, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things are to be true, and two things only. One, he was given the death note, and two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, why'd you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why don't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons? So, were all the rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important than you saving a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. That's enough, Lane. But Detective Jowd! I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... I didn't hear being talked. My poor Amy! Is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Kamila. Why is a dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute. Amiel? Could that be Emily next door? Yes, I think so. Wow! I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door. Not me. My wife. It's complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard for him. Pretty hard to admit she left him. The minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grew apart. What's with them being so busy? Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head! I love that. According to what I heard, Emily is supposed to go on some sort of lesson tonight. Those horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Emily didn't go out after all. She could. She had a fever. Huh? And so the kidnappers grabbed Kamila by mistake instead? Apparently. Emily and Kamila are about the same age. The kidnappers must have got the two of them mixed up. It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Kamila to go do that errand for me, this would have never happened. Oh, right. You asked her to bring the music box. Kamila. Well, I guess we'll tell her later? Yeah, dude. You may not like this. So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear that something happened. Something about a kidnapping. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution tonight. I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple. No, that's not simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Kamila. What? Kamila? I checked out for myself. I'm positive. No, it can't be. I'm not raising my voice for that. No. Not unless I want to have no voice by the end of this. Alright. And by the way, Kamila told me something interesting. She said she was the one. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Kamila herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot him. And when I'm executed tonight, that'll be the end. Kamila won't have to suffer anymore afterward. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying is going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain in this execution that it's going to ease is yours. Is it true what Kamila said? Why don't you tell us what you know? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's almost birthday. When I came from work, she went in first. Mom! What was the noise? I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Kamila, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Kamila told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something that it wasn't supposed to. It made an impossible move. An impossible move? Let's continue this line of thinking. Kamila was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right. It was an antique gun I had on display for years. So that wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? Yeah, the thing that comes up and then lights that. It's supposed to light the candles. It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew is I had to protect Kamila. I made a small adjustment to the scene and then turned myself in. What adjustment did you make? Well, there you go. What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out for that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So the gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What, you mean? And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police. My own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into details. When I was all alone, I turned myself in. It's been 5 years since then. Stop thinking. I shot Alma. There was no other explanation. That's what I convinced everyone of, even me. But tonight, you showed up and gave me an explanation I never thought of. Powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, the powers that I didn't understand were at work. If that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Kamila knew about those powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd. There's still time before dawn. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? Well, that's all. Detective Jowd, is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time.
Still time?
Time to solve this case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd, and of course little Kamila didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator's still out there, and I'm gonna prove it. For Kamila's sake.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you, Detective Jowd.
Lean, where's that music box now?
In Temic's Park, Kamila left it there.
That gun is important evidence. You better go pick it up.
Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Cecil, you take care of Detective Jowd. And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side.
Yet again, I say easy enough for you to say. What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Rowan. A little change in plans. My daughter's been kidnapped. I can't go off and die without doing something. But you're in our custody. Don't forget. Back at the prison, everyone's waiting for you with a special seat. Just for you, baby. Then I guess we better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, Lizard? That's, you sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Kamila in more ways than one. That's all there is to it. I see, my old friend. In more ways than one. What do you say? What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands! Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me! Especially not that low! In any case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir! Oh my gosh, why does everyone have, like, the most ridiculous walk? Where did you keep that chair? This is Link's level of ridiculousness. You have a folding chair somewhere. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in the last few moments of yours, Mr. Deathrow? Well, that's the main thing. I'm glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now, but I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lean does come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it'll be meaningless if Jowd or Kamila dies. I have to do something about that kidnapping, somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here? Alright, well, let's talk to the detective again. Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance of his daughter being the one who was kidnapped. But she isn't the one, I'm sure of it! Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife will ever answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right. But if the telephone works in both directions... What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yes? I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change this situation. Gee, Detective. For these past 5 years, Kamila is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. He is getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution. It is his wife and daughter. Is there a way? Well, we're paying somebody a visit. I'll talk to him first.
Excuse me, Mr. Minister? I can't hear you! La, 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 la. I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you, but there's somebody else whom I but there is somebody whom I trust even less. Oh yeah? Who's that? Me! I can't explain your existence, but it's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. Oh, maybe you're a figment of my imagination. A delusion! Why would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got a bit... I got the bit about you not trusting me. Good! Alright, fine. Hold on. Not quite. Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I got about 10 minutes before that prison man shows up. If I could do something about the kidnapping in just those 10 minutes, I guess telephone lines are my only hope. Well, let's go back here. Go back to the crazy lady. Alright. Well, there she is. She's flying. Just as I thought. This little girl's safe in her bed. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in a long chain of sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart, and the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far up till tonight has been related back to me in some way, and I bet this mistake-ridden abduction does too. Well, that's it. That's the end of this chapter. Yeah. Oddly enough, these chapters are going by a lot quicker. I don't remember how many more chapters there are. There aren't that many left. So we're actually almost done with this game. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.